Hey kids, Invertical here. Welcome back to Empyrion Multiplayer. I'm here on our base world. At our base, I figured it's pretty quiet today, so I'm going to show you some of the day-to-day operations and things that I normally do when we're not doing something crazy or epic, because you know it's not all crazy and epic on multiplayer sometimes. One of the things we have to do, because this faction operates as a military type faction, is we got to make sure everybody stays fed. Everybody in our faction. That involves harvesting all the produce. Now, obviously somebody has recently been here and harvested because everything is empty, which is nice for a change. One of the other things that we have to take care of is making sure that everything is fueled and collect the hydrogen bottles out of here. Make sure that the base is going to continue functioning. So I'll probably come back here later and throw some fuel tanks in here, although these fusion cells, they last for hours. Yeah, this thing's sitting here with 56 hours worth of fuel, so it's not like I'm really worried it's going to run out anytime before soon. So I'll empty these out real quick here and we'll get on to doing something else. There we go. Okay, let's chores around the base here done. I'm just going to run back to the shuttle. Yeah, let's just go this way. I painted these lines on here because I kept falling off the edge because I couldn't see the bloody edge. Walking over here and all of a sudden it's like, ah! Kind of interesting to see what happens when they put out the planetary tilt. It's something that's planning on in the works from what I understand. Okay, and point of view, because I hate flying in first person. Now, who's up by that iron mine? One of the other projects that we have to work on is periodically running around and checking the auto miners. Some of these bunkers are interesting to say the least. Now eventually I'm going to probably do some modifications around these to make some proper landing pads and whatnot. This one needs fuel. Should already come back here with fuel later. As I said, some of these are poorly designed as well. Come on, for pity's sake. Seriously, if you're going to build the thing so that you have to jump to get out of it, build it so it's got a ramp. Now I'll put that back in. I gotta remember to come and fix that one. There's a few of these that are just, yeah. Ooh. What we're going to do is cut out a lot of this running around. Okay, and then we have a couple others over here. These ones, I made these yesterday. Of course, you know, when you run into ones that I make, they actually look a little bit nicer. And again, I need to make sure I get some fuel in here. I wanted to grab some ammunition because both of these bases are very low on ammo. And while it's not entirely conceivable that we actually will need to have them armed to any substantial degree, it is kind of nice to have point defenses out and around, particularly if you're out hunting and a drone or something comes flying by, because the drone base is still active. We keep it active on planets. Don't know why it doesn't seem to function very well after a while, but one of the things.
Well guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Later.
Okay.
User disconnected from your channel.
And one of the other little projects that we're always doing around here, well, at least I'm always doing around here, is setting up new auto mining locations, which is what I'm going to do today. First, I expose the ores, doing as little as I can to actually excavate it. And I see if I can center down a auto miner directly over that ore. Okay, there we go. Auto miner is in place. And we'll throw some fuel in here and allow faction access. And the next thing I'll do is right next to it, I'll set up a base core close to being on the same height. Like that. And then we access this. If we can. Access this core for some reason. Come on. Okay, let's turn this to faction. And we rename this. This is that I'm mining here, magnesium. This a magnesium mine. Close that off. And we'll switch over to combat steel and concrete. Now I like to do is I like to wrap this in a layer of the combat steel. Just on the very odd chance that one of our pirate factions decides that they actually want to do something silly, they're not taking this out just by mining underneath and shooting the core or something like that. Okay, and then I build a simple concrete bunker around it. As you see, you tend to fall into a 2-block deep hole. It's kind of annoying to build with, so what I do is and as much as possible I try to keep it so that the ground layer is actually in the ground. Okay, now I need to see if I have any weapons. I think the only thing I have right now is artillery cannons. I don't like using exclusively those, but I need to actually go get some extra base cannons. And the reason I wanted to grab that artillery turret is because these things are fairly large, and I want to make sure I don't make this base too small again. So we'll just take the drone here and size this cannon up. Okay, looks like I need to come out one more block all the way around to the back. Okay. Okay, and that's the base of it. So now for the next part, I usually just simply go with something fairly simple. I'll take the round slopes and I'll just go 2 blocks high on all 4 corners. tops of the corners, I'll put down the round corner. And then I'll connect those again with the round slopes. And I'll just go strictly cubes and fill the entire roof in. And as it's starting to get dark here, I'm going to just quickly pause and move the shuttle over so that I have some light on this thing. Okay, that's better. I can see again. Then I'll just quickly fill in the walls here. Okay, that's the basics of the bunker. I'm going to change a couple of blocks in here. In the door, please. Thank you. First off, as I have this low spot here, I just want to fix it so I actually have a way up. So I'll switch over to this and we'll go block in here, but then I'll put a ramp top. Actually, I probably could have just did this. Ramp top. Full block. There we go. Now if I happen to fall in the hole, I don't have to struggle to get back out. That doesn't really need to be accessed, so it can just sit in the corner. Because this is something that needs to be accessed, I'm going to put this fuel tank. Here beside it, and I realize it's the biggest size fuel tank, and yes, we really don't need it for a mining base, but you know, I have them. I'm getting most of this stuff is all coming from points of interest, so I'm not overly concerned about utilizing it. Make sure this thing is facing the right way out. Medical station, and I'm going to put in this one put an ammo box back here, and I'm going to put a spare refrigerator. Because you never know, somebody might end up being stuck out here in the willy wax and hit spawn at nearest location, and they end up spawning here, and that way I can stock some goodies in the fridge for them. And I mean, it's a fairly secure bunker to respawn in. I mean, this is a good spot to do it. Now, one other thing I like to put into these is a light. Notice a lot of these are darker than anything, and I find that very, very, very annoying. I like light twos. So put this sideways, right in the middle. that light. And we'll put that to gray, and we'll crack the intensity up just a squinch. Okay. Now the next thing I'll put down in here is the armored door. And I'm gonna go with that one. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a proper location without an actual entrance. So let's give it a proper entrance here. So we'll give it a cube, cube, and a cube. Got the cylinders. A large round corner here, and make sure that's facing the right way in. Here. And a round slope in the middle. And we'll give it a ramp bottom. And this one I'm going to just put the corners on like this. And finally, put a bottom on that ramp. Okay, there's a thing of beauty. Now, I'm going to put down my personal favorite touch. You want it. Oh, jerk. Go down like that, and last corner. Okay, and of course it wouldn't be one of my builds if I left it looking like this, so let's make this look a little bit nicer. Touch up those mistake shots there, but that's okay. Good old weathered concrete look. And then we'll color. And because this is still a grasslands thing, I'm going to color everything with the dark green. Alright, and now for the cherry on top, of course, we put down the artillery turret. And I like to rotate it so it's either facing in or towards whatever hostile there is. And again, we will spray paint this dark green. Throw some ammo into this box here to grab some. But we will switch to artillery turret and turn it off of turn it off of predator, and I like to turn it off of targeting cores and generators. If you leave it on predator and prey, this turret will actually target all the little critters that run around on the planet, and that could become very irritating. Okay, now let's just turn on this base. Whoops. These are not done. Much better. Okay, so let's throw some.
Oh, it takes so long to upload.
Let's throw some ammunition into that turret, and we'll wrap this one up. So there we have it, kids. That's a quick little mining bunker to support your auto miners. Doesn't take much to build, and basically can be done in one day real quick, and then you just come back later and collect that resource and move on to the next thing. So thanks all for watching, kids, and good night for now.